Hello buddy, welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm be showing you how to create 2D blocks in Minecraft 1.18. So if you like Minecraft tutorials like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft tutorials like this one. And so we will get started. So this command I'll be showing you today only works in 1.18. So currently we're in the newest snapshot for Minecraft 1.18. But this will also work in the final version. So just make sure you're in 1.18. And so this command only works in Java edition and not in bedrock edition or any form of pocket edition or console edition. Only Java edition this command will work. So let's place on this command block and we will activate it with this lever. And there we go. We see a 2D block of TNT. Very, very nice. Now, of course, we have this spam in the chat over here, but we'll deal with that in a second. First, let's look at the command we were actually using right here. So we're using a particle command. So this is actually a particle, the 2D block. And so this works very well. So this was only added in snapshot 21W42A. So make sure you're in a version later than that. And so the particle is called block marker. And it's actually mainly used for the barrier and the light block. Because if we grab those, we will see that if we place them down, they will have a texture like this in them by itself already as well. And so they now have generalized this, so it's possible with any block in the game. So that's for the barrier. But it's also true for the light block in general as well, for any of the different light levels. So here's a light level 0 light block, for example, has a different inside texture as well. So you can also change the data of the block you want to be displayed in 2D. And of course, here the barrier block is a physical block, you can stand on it, but these 2D blocks are not physical and you can just walk straight through them. And so the rest of this command is particle block marker. Then we specify the block we want to put here. So in this case I did TNT, but you can change this to any block you want. So let's try, for example, netherite block. There we go. Then the next coordinates are just the coordinates of where the block should be. So in this case, I put it one block above the command block, but you can put it at any coordinates you want. Then the rest over here, first we specify the volume in which we want these particles to go. So if we put, for example, put these up to 111, we will see a whole lot more netherite block particles. So let's do that for a change. Then this one over here is the speed. You can just keep it at 1 because, of course, well, there is no speed here. And then this last one is the count, so the amount of particles you want. So we just want one of them, and that's why we put 0 here. So if we put like 3 here, we will see that we will get 4 netherite block particles around this command block. And this 4 just means that you will be able to see this 2D block from 256 blocks away. So now we press done. Yes, as you can see, it will spam the game with lots of netherite block particles. So yeah, that's not really what we want. So let's get back into the command block if we can. Command block is completely obfuscated by all of the netherite block particles. So we can fix that by putting these back to 0. There we go. Done. Now these should disappear gradually. And we should just see the ones in the center. So yeah, you can just put this one on 0 and then it still works. So you have to make sure that you have your command block set to repeat, because if you just have it set to impulse like this, we will see that netherite block disappears after a while. And of course you want it to be there permanently, so we just set this to repeat. Then you can also put it on always active here, so you don't even need the redstone lever on it for it to be activated. And then of course, as I said earlier, there's this spam of commands executing in the chat. You can fix that by using the command gamerule command block output false like this, and press enter, and there we go. We can just clear the chat, hold F3, press D. And now we won't get any more messages, even though this is still working. And so, of course, I'll leave all of the commands I show off here in the description down below, so you can copy them over and use them yourself very easily as well. And so I'll do another example right over here with a couple of these 2D blocks next to each other. So let's actually put command blocks over here and create the 2D blocks over here to have them separated. Now you will see here that it doesn't always put the exact thing you added to it, and that's just because not all blocks can become 2D textures. So for example, here I did a beacon, and yeah, that's definitely not a beacon, that's definitely just a piece of glass. So test them out and see if they actually work here. Also, if you're adding just coordinates here instead of relative coordinates, make sure you add a 0.5 to every single coordinate so it's in the center of the block if you want that. Alright, and there we go. We got a beautiful 3x3 area of 2D blocks here. So as you can see, if you move around, these blocks will follow us wherever we're looking. So this can be used to create some very interesting builds in your custom maps. Of course, you need to use commands to create these. So yeah, definitely nothing for survival. But I still think this is really cool. And so, yeah, a lot of these blocks will work. I mean, not every single block will work. You'll just have to test them out and see if they actually work. But yeah, for example, spawner works very well. Of course, there's not the particles and stuff like that, but I still think it's pretty cool texture here to use. And so I'll quickly go through these commands, but it's pretty much the same thing. So particle, block marker, redstone block, the right coordinates, and then the same thing at the end as we used before. And so as I said before, we can also change the block data of these 2D blocks we placed down. So here, for example, I've now replaced two of the spawners with an unlit redstone lamp and a lit redstone lamp. And so that's done like this. So we just have the same command, particle, block marker, and then the redstone lamp. And then we can just add the block data like this with square brackets. In this case, lit is true. And so you can add this block data for every block that has block data, of course. And that will change the 2D texture here then as well. And as for the unlit redstone lamp, that's just redstone lamp. I could add lit is false, but I don't have to because it's already by default lit is false. So that's how to get the block data into these 2D blocks. And as I said, these commands will be in the description down below, so that should not be too much of an issue. Of course, if you do run into any issues, then please let me know about it in the comments down below and I'll try to help you out. But anyway, there we go. That's how to create 2D blocks in Minecraft. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft tutorials like this one. I want to thank my tier 3 member, Smikkelaar. Thank you so much for becoming a tier 3 member. If you also want to become a member, click the blue join button below the video to check out the different tiers. There we go. I hope you all enjoyed this video and episode in the next one. So until then, bye bye.